Costco Kirkland Signature Wedges Generation 2. So these have been in the market for a while. We just got them in Canada. I got my hands on them and I'm gonna tell you about them. Usually when there's a product and they come out with a Generation 2 or the second year of a new product, there usually isn't that many changes. And this is the same case for the Costco Kirkland Signature Generation 2 wedges, but the changes that they made are really good. So if you look them up online, on US, they're $169.99 for 3 wedges. You still get a 52, a 56, and a 60. In Canada, they're $189.99. So online on the US site, they are listed as sold out. In Canada, they are available online and in stores. I picked these up in stores yesterday. So like I said, we got the same specs. We have a 52-degree gap wedge, a 56-degree sand wedge, and a 60-degree lob wedge. They're still a carbon steel construction. They're still using a milled face for the grooves. The one thing about the grips and the shafts is they removed the manufacturer's label. So now it just says Kirkland Signature on the grip and on the top. And the shaft used to say Kirkland Signature by True Temper. It's a wedge flex shaft. It doesn't even say that anymore. It just says Kirkland Signature. So they removed any of the third-party manufacturer's information from the whole club. The design is a lot better. I find it like cleaner, more aesthetically pleasing. Some of the gripes I had about the last one, it just kind of looked thrown together and a little busy. This is a cleaner design. The stamping and the paint fill is a lot more high-end. It almost looks like a Volky or a Mac Daddy as far as the stamping goes. The major improvement is the grind. So if you remember the first ones, they kind of had that rocker grind. I think they called it like a universal or a versatile grind. So it's not necessarily a straight grind or a mid grind or a low grind. It kind of has a little bit of a rocker sole, so you can shut the face, keep the face neutral, or open it to a certain degree. Now they've changed this, so the 52-degree wedge is the same. It has that rocker sole, but the 56 does have a relief on the back. If you're familiar with Cleveland wedges, their RTX line, it would be like a mid grind. You have a relief on the back. And if you're looking at Vokies, it would be like an M or a D grind. So it gives you the versatility to be able to keep the face neutral or open it. And the same as on the 60, it's got even more of a relief. It's not quite a full grind, but there is more availability to open the club face up, which is so amazing because normally like a 52, it's gonna be an approach shot or a bump and run or a pitch. Where as soon as you get to 56 and 60, it could be in a bunker, it could be a flop. You're looking for more of a trajectory or more of a higher shot, and you need to open the face to do that. And these allow you to do it. Talking with my hands. And it truly works. I tried some tight lies on my mat. I tried some pitch shots, some flop shots, some approach shots, and you do have more versatility with your shot making selection. And it's the same price. And it does everything else great. So we hopped into the sim. I'm still using GS Pro. I'm still using Mevo Plus from Flight Scope. We're using Pro V1s. I do have the metallic dots on there to capture the RPM, especially when we're testing wedges. My 60-degree wedge is my bread and butter 100-yard approach shot. If I swing full, I can sometimes get it to 110, but like a normal swing is 100 yards, a tons of spin, a ton of control, and that's exactly what I got. So I had 97 yards total carry on average, 102 yards total distance. The spin, I averaged about 8,500 RPM. I did get some over 10,000, some over 9,000. Those are the ones that really check up and spin back. So 8,500 for me, I'm a relatively low spin player. And my proximity to the pin, or my consistency on average of 10 shots from 100 yards is 21 feet. Might make a couple of those. So next one was the 56 degree. I went 120 yards, average 108 carry and 116 total distance. So usually giving me the numbers that I would expect. RPM was down a little bit for spin, of course, because there's less loft. It was 7,200. And the consistency was there. We're actually closer on this one. So 10 shots from 120 yards, our average distance was 19 feet. So the next one, 135 or 140 yards with a gap wedge, 52 degree. This is my normal distance. So I had 124 yards average total carry and 132 total rollout. Pretty good. RPM was about the same as the 56, around 7,200, which is in line for me. And proximity to the pin from 140 yards was 25 feet. So again, that just tight dispersion and that consistency tells me that these wedges are doing what they're doing. So the only thing that's a little bit different about hitting wedge shots in a golf sim is you always have a tight lie. So I didn't get any bunker shots. I didn't get any like fluffy, rough, or against the grain shots. I only have tight lies. But one challenge for a wedge that I wanted to do, probably the most famous wedge shot ever made in the history of golf, was Tiger's chip on 16.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness. Have you seen anything like that?
So on GS Pro, you can practice on the course. So I dropped the ball approximately in the same spot, put the flag in the same spot, and see what these wedges can do, and try to recreate one of the greatest shots of all time. Golf, big picture aside, you know, within 150 yards, 125 yards, 100 yards, everyone has their comfortable distance. If you're not finding consistency inside those distances, you're not going to be able to score. And I know that's not everything what the game of golf is about. The most important thing is making golf accessible and affordable for everybody. And that's what I love about the Kirkland Signature Golf brand. Yeah, so there really isn't much else to say. Like, they hit it out of the park with the first version of these, and the second version, just a slight little tweak, just cleaning up some of the aesthetics, kind of better manufacturing with the paint fill and the stamping, and just giving you more of an accessible grind and that relief on the back of the wedges. It's really the only changes that they needed to do, and they did it perfectly. So check them out. There'll be links in the description for these wedges, my cameras, my mics, my home golf sim, everything I'm using to create these videos. So I'm gonna be making a lot of videos in the next little while. We all know how the algorithm works, so do something for me for the algorithm, right? So you can like this video, comment something for the algorithm, and share it with a friend. Those are 3 free ways to help support my channel and help keep this ball rolling. Thanks for watching. See you for the next one. Cheers.